Welcome to episode 79 of our Family Travel Australia series. This week we are bringing you a special edition early release as we are attending the Let's Go Gold Coast Caravan and Outdoor Expo this weekend, 5th to the 7th of March. It's been an epic journey of 550 kilometres by road and over 2,000 kilometres by air just to get here, and we are excited to share with you our tips, what you need to know before you come to the show. Plus, we are giving away the ultimate feel-good road trip, including an Apollo motorhome holiday, a GoPro 9, and some caravan and camping accessories that we absolutely love. Stay tuned for details on how to enter. Be sure to subscribe and join us for all of the adventure.
I tell you, a picture perfect day. You can probably tell from the landscape that we're not in Kansas anymore. We are in outback New South Wales, right in the heart of the outback actually, Broken Hill. Now we've just left because we've got the most epic travel journey ahead of us over the next few days. What are we doing, Kate?
We sure do. Well, we're headed back to the Gold Coast. We've been invited by Caravanning Queensland to come up and attend this weekend's Let's Go Gold Coast Caravan and Outdoor Show. We are so excited about it. I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah, look, it is going to be awesome. The reason why we're bringing you this midweek episode is because we won't have an episode this coming Sunday. The actual Gold Coast show is on Friday the 5th, Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of March. We'll be on the main stage sharing our story, the hows, the whys, and really great connection for us because, hey, Wedgetail Eagle.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, just
sorry about that. That was amazing. We are a Gold Coast family originally, and we bought our van at one of these shows. So a great way for us to share and hopefully inspire some of you out there if you're looking to get into a van or want to upgrade or whatever it is you want to do. All of the experts are there under one roof. It is the biggest show in Queensland. So if you're in a drive radius of 3 to 4 hours and you can get to the show, come and say hi. We'll be there meeting and greeting and saying hi and sharing our story. So we would love to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so right now we are going to bring you our top tips, what you need to know before you go to the show, everything that we have learned over the 18 months we've been on the road, and the questions that you want to ask and the information that you are going to want to get from your visit to the show.
Okay, 550 kilometres drive ahead of us to Adelaide. A quick overnight in a hotel. Whew, get up, jump on a plane. COVID safe, we'll have our masks on. Get up to the Goldie for what is going to be a whirlwind week. We've got a heap of media as well that we'll share. We'll make sure we share our radio interviews and the TV stuff that we've lined up to do as well. Our heads are spinning, but it is going to be an exciting week. Okay, the best part of this episode is right at the end. We are giving away the ultimate feel-good road trip pack. It includes a motorhome holiday from Apollo.
Yes, thank you, Apollo.
To capture that exciting prize if you win it, we are throwing in a GoPro 9. Brand new, still in the box, all that jazz.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is the cameras that we use.
Yeah.
And there'll also be a number of...
recording on right now.
a number of other prizes included from other suppliers, and products that we use and love are being thrown in as well. So this is an absolute jam-packed prize giveaway. You've got to be in it to win it. That'll be at the end of this episode.
So good.
The road is long. We're the only ones on it. We are literally...
Us and that Wedgetail Eagle.
got 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. So, Jasper, do you want to sign off for us, mate? No. Okay. I'll sign off. See you soon. Bye. Who put the yellow spot on the roof?
I don't know.
Okay, whose bed's whose?
Mine. This one. Aeroplane pillows.
They are, aren't they? It's a very funky hotel, Jasper.
Yeah.
Isn't
I've
it?
never been to a hotel this fancy before.
Neither have I. It's very fancy pants indeed. They do it fancy in Adelaide, don't they? Gold Coast Caravan and Outdoor Expo.
Woohoo!
How good is this?
You know, it's hard to believe it was 2 years ago that we attended our first Caravanning Queensland show like this. We were so green, weren't we? We'd never camped before. And we went along, we purchased our first van, and we hit the road for full-time travel around Australia. And with the Gold Coast being our former hometown, we are just so thrilled to have been invited back to attend this show this weekend, talk on the main stage, share our experiences, how we did it, why we love it so much and don't want to stop, and hopefully provide a little bit of inspiration to others out there who are thinking or dreaming, you know, maybe I want to get out there and do this for myself. So we thought we wanted to share with you our top tips, what you need to know before you come along to the show.
Okay, the first thing to know is that tickets can only be purchased online. All right, so that's from Metricon Stadium, the event organisers, all the exhibitors, the 130 exhibitors, and for all of us attending to be COVID safe, that is the way to do it, and it is easy as. Adults are only $12. There's concession tickets at $10, and kids are absolutely free.
Amazing.
Okay. While you're online, make sure you download the site map and check out where those exhibitors are that you actually want to see first, because there's nothing worse than getting home and then thinking, I wish I'd gone and seen those. So mark it on your map or make a note of it so that you can meet with and speak with the right person.
And come prepared with your questions.
Yeah.
Write them down or pop them in your phone. The only silly question is the one that you don't ask, or the one that you remember in the middle of the night when you wake up and go, oh, I should have asked that. So make sure you come prepared.
Okay, the other thing is to get educated. There are a number of presentations and masterclasses with everything from towing tips, how to, weights, understanding weights, your vehicle, your van, the combination, all of it combined, what it actually means and how you can make sure that you are safe when you are journeying down the road once the show's finished.
Yeah, that's right. So much good information, so much fantastic education, all wrapped up in that $12 ticket price too, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, really fantastic. The other thing is to bring a hat. There's plenty of water stations around here as well, so bring your water bottle. And there is also loads of food and beverage options. There's even a licensed restaurant if you want to.
In the air conditioning.
Yeah, hit the aircon, that's right. The main thing is to get here early.
Early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, it is so true. Now, demand is so high. We've been reading about it. Everyone knows how long some of the waits are on some of these builds. So make sure you get here early. That way you get to speak to the experts without all that pressure of bigger crowds.
Yep.
and hopefully you'll be able to secure yourself your dream experience for RVing in Australia.
Yeah, that's right. So we will be here every day talking on stage at midday, and also hanging out at the Apollo and Kratzmann exhibits. So if you are coming to the show, please do come and
come and say
hello.
hi.
We would love to meet you.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Not even scripted. All right, let's go Gold Coast Caravan and Outdoor Expo. It is going to be awesome. From Katie and myself and Jasper Rooney, who will also be attending, we can't wait to meet you.
Oh, and one more thing. Just by coming to the show, you will go in the draw to win an awesome giveaway thanks to Caravanning Queensland. You can find all the details about that on the show website. And we've decided to give away something as well. It is the ultimate feel-good road trip. To be in the draw, jump online onto our website, allthews.thefeelgoodfamily.com.au, and thanks to our good mates at Apollo, you will be enjoying an awesome motorhome holiday.
Wow. And to capture all of those awesome memories, we're throwing in a brand new GoPro 9, the same camera that we use in all of our gear. It is an awesome camera, and we've got loads of other caravanning accessories from some of the brands that we love that are throwing in as well.
Yeah, so a super cool prize. You got to be in it to win it. Jump onto our website and good luck.
Paul and Katie Guerin, thank you for joining me. Tell us how you came about the Feel Good family. Where did it all originate from?
Look, we really, when we set off on this crazy plan to, pack up our lives and check out our own backyard, we wanted to create content that just made us feel good, and that if at some point people started to watch or enjoy, that would make them feel good as well. And so that really is how that came about.
So what is the Feel Good family? A YouTube channel and also podcast, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So our YouTube channel, we've put out an episode every Sunday night at 6:30 p.m, or check your local guides. That's Queensland time, actually. And we also have a weekly podcast every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. called Family Travel Australia.
What's the response been to it? Because there are a lot of people that are putting out podcasts, they're putting out YouTube channels and series and so forth. Are you getting the traction you were hoping for?
Yeah, we've been blown away. The YouTube channel has had this found its audience suddenly, and we think that's a lot to do with, having to travel in Australia. Domestic travel's being forced upon us. How good is that? So that has been wonderful, because people are seeking out inspiration, of where to go, and not just about, finding a campsite or an ideal caravan park. What we're really trying to create is content that gives people the experience and the culture that they can actually find in a destination. So yeah, that's how we're basically putting it out there.
As I think any Australian family would feel like you're living the dream, but to actually take the plunge and do it and leave your life behind and put the rest of your life on hold for this adventure, how big a decision was that?
It was pretty big at the time, actually, and it was a long time in the making. The impetus for it was the 4 years that we were trying to conceive Jasper, and then when we did finally have him come along and we, created our family, Paul was working long hours, he was missing out on that precious time, and we knew there had to be a better way. So we weren't campers by any sense. We'd never even spent a night in a tent together before we had this crazy dream of doing this. So it did feel really big at the time, but in hindsight, and isn't that such a wonderful thing, it wasn't the huge risk that we thought we were taking, and it has been the best experience. We're so thankful that we made that decision.
Katie, I was looking at your YouTube series, and some of the vision was you backing back a trailer or a caravan or something like that. Hats off to you. I couldn't do it. Are these some of the funny skills you probably didn't even think about you'll have to learn along the way?
It is amazing what we have learnt along the way, and we're still learning, and I think we always will. Yes, reversing the caravan is interesting. Actually, the best thing we did before we started, before we took off from the Gold Coast, was go and do a towing course. And that really, I think, for me particularly, opened my eyes as to, okay, there is a science behind this and it's not this big scary thing. In saying that, though, Paul still does the majority of the towing.
So how old is Jasper now?
He's 4.
So back when you started, it was late 2019. His life is pretty much, any memories he's had is on the road, enjoying his parents 24/7. That's an amazing experience for a 4-year-old.
It is incredible. Lucky little thing he is. The time, I think, is the best part, and then sharing those experiences. And for Paul and I, what it does is allows us to live those experiences through a 4-year-old's eyes as well. So even the smallest things that we may take for granted because we've seen plenty of them or we've done those experiences before are amazing to him. Everything is incredible. So that has definitely impacted our travel adventure, and kids are incredibly resilient, and that's something that we have learnt from Jasper as well. Change is a part of his daily life. We might be somewhere for a few days and then we move somewhere else, and our home is in a different location all the time, and he has just adapted to that lifestyle of making new friends on the road and packing things up and being somewhere new. So it's been a fascinating journey.
Looks like you've got a pretty flash caravan, but with all 4-year-olds, you need space. So what happens when the weather's not too great and you're all stuck in together? Sounds like a nightmare for most parents.
Yes, we have crazy days, definitely.
More good days than crazy, fortunately.
Yes, but when it's raining, and we've only had, I suppose, a handful of times where it's really felt like we're all suffering major cabin fever, but mostly we're outside. You know, the van is where we sleep and cook, but we're outside exploring, or Jasper's got he's a mad train enthusiast, so we've got a tub of wooden track and trains that is in the van, and that goes outside under the awning, and he's happy to play. So thankfully it's never too crazy.
And I was reading some of the comments on YouTube that Jasper's pretty much the star. Are people really embracing having, as you said, the joy of childhood and the joy of exploring new things been a feature of the series?
It has been so surprising to us, and also really heartwarming. I think a lot of our audience are of the traditional grey nomad demographic, and so they're grandparents themselves. And I think particularly what's happened over the last 12 months with restrictions around people being able to connect with their own families, people have really taken to Jasper, and so a lot of the comments we get are around him. It's a shame he's not sitting here with us, because he would quickly tell you that he is indeed the star of the show.
We had an episode recently that was about all the reasons why we started, and we were answering Q&A kind of format, and the comments came in were, nice episode, but can you have Jasper back in it next week, please? We're like, okay, we're getting the message.
My guests in the studio, Paul and Katie Guerin. They're travelling around Australia with their son Jasper for the Feel Good family. Tell us about starting off your adventure in 2019 and then COVID. What did that mean for your plans?
Yeah, look, you know, we think of ourselves now as travel content producers, and trying to do that in a driveway stuck in Tassie for 4 months was very interesting. I tell you, I learnt to cook everything you can imagine on a Weber. There was Anzac Day, so we did some Anzac bickies. Learned how to do a fish curry. I mean, we learnt more about really living, working, playing in 17 square metres than we had anticipated. But what it did do is, again, stretch us to a point where we knew that we can do anything, you know. It was daunting when we set out originally and had this plan, and then to be in that situation where everything was so uncertain and people didn't know what to expect, there was a lot of fear around. We got through it. We feel like we could tackle anything now, you know. And we kept content going out every week on time. We did a lot of throwbacks to Queensland, actually. Fortunately, we'd done a season 1, you know, really checking out Queensland, finding our feet, you know, learning how to not be such green nomads. And yeah, we did okay, and it actually found an audience that were really happy to find themselves stuck in their own lounge room and have something to watch and to look forward to.
Since 2019, have you written a list of how many places you've visited since?
We haven't, no, and that's an excellent idea. We do have a big map that comes around in the caravan with us so that we can mark off where we've been and, you know, I guess dream about where we want to go as well. After we were stuck in Tassie for what was meant to be 7 weeks, and we were there 4.5 months due to COVID, we did spend the rest of 2020 in Queensland, back in Queensland, travelling around and exploring our home state. But what's so exciting to us about this year is that we're crossing borders. We are going to get around and hopefully do the lap around Australia, travel restrictions permitting, of course, but to explore new states and new areas that we haven't been before.
Well, we're glad you finally made it to Broken Hill. Tell us your impressions of the Silver City.
Well, I have to say, Broken Hill has been quite high up there. Paul visited Broken Hill and worked out here about 11 years ago for a period of time. And since then, he has said to me, we have to go back, we have to go back. He's got such fond memories. So it was well and truly up there. And I mean, first impressions are, what an amazing town to be so remote and then to be so full of character. And there's only been a few places that we've experienced so far that have a feel to them. And you can't quite put it into words what it is, but this is definitely one of those places.
Jasper, I believe, loves his trains. Have you managed to find something here in Broken Hill that he's liked?
We have actually. We just stopped at the Heritage Railway Museum, which was fantastic, and had a wonderful tour through with Christine, and the passion that she has for the place. It was just so good. And I mean, Jasper again was tooting and you know, being a little train the whole way through, but being able to get hands on and experience something that is still as it was when it was originally built all that time ago was just fascinating, wasn't it?
Fantastic stories. Last night we're talking about this, and what, you know, I asked Katie, what are your first impressions of Broken Hill? And she came up with this: expect the unexpected. And I was like, that's perfect. You know, there's 60 plus visitor experiences here. The real challenge is figuring out how you're going to see it all, or how you can actually have enough time to really get in and be a part of this energy and this enthusiasm that's in the community. So yeah, we've extended our stay already. We know that, you know, a lot of travellers, I think, will come in and out of Broken Hill in 2 or 3 days. You need 2 or 3 weeks. You know, it's amazing. We just love it.
What are some of the other tourist attractions or just quirks about Broken Hill that you've liked?
Look, I think you can't go past from a quirky kind of setup as the Mad Max scenario with Adrian out there at Silverton, and that, you know, for a person to find something in a film that they connect with so much that they pack up their life from the other side of the world and come out here, move here, and then start to collect all the memorabilia and really just put their whole life into that. I think that's probably one of the quirkiest and impressive stories, and he's now built this almost extra reason that people would have come to Broken Hill outside of all the rest of the stuff, you know. So that's pretty impressive. We're actually going to head out there tomorrow to check out the Daydream Mine, because we haven't done that yet, but we hear that is awesome for families, so looking forward to doing that.
Now, I believe you'll be spending time in Adelaide, but regional South Australia, what are your plans out there? Have you started your journey into SA at all, or is that breaking new ground?
It is absolutely breaking new ground. I've received my email from South Australia Police saying I've been approved to enter the state, so I'm excited that that's ticked off. Look, one of the main areas for us will be Clare Valley. We don't mind a glass of wine. We hear there's some pretty good vineyards down there.
Might have to earn it, ride a bike perhaps?
Yes, exactly. I know the wine trail, that looks incredible. In Queensland, you know, it's always billed as this playground of Australia, and you know, coming from our home state there and home city of the Gold Coast, we see quite impressive tourism campaigns. But recently we saw one for South Australia that, I mean, I don't know, neither of us have been there. I don't know what we expected, but when we saw that vision, we were like, wow, that's God's country. We're going there. Let's head there. You know.
Have you heard much about places like the beaches of York Peninsula or Port Lincoln and you know, the sharks and some of the marine life there? Have you thought about heading up into those parts?
They're definitely on the wish list. I've been addicted to Instagram actually, and we follow a number of other families and travellers who have been spending some time in South Australia, and my Instagram wish list just keeps growing. The colour of the water, and coming from wildlife backgrounds as well, we're always on the lookout for those experiences that we can have with wildlife in their natural environment. So I'm so excited about South Australia. It was top of my list when we said we're going around Australia. I was like, right, how do we get there as quick as we can?
Is there a finish line to this great adventure?
Look, there was when we started, and that has quickly changed. We're 18 months in. We had a 2-year plan. We have, I hope I'm saying this okay, Katie, pushed it out to 5 more years. Jasper doesn't start school for another year. But what has happened, even with COVID, but meeting so many other families that are out there doing this, is that you can do it. You can actually homeschool your kids, and they're all thriving. These kids are remarkable. They're adaptable. They're confident, and that is so impressive to us. So if we can, you know, put on our teachers' hats, you know, for a couple of hours a day and continue to be able to share this as a family, that would be an absolute dream.
And just a reminder for people listening, if they want to see what you're doing on YouTube or your podcast, the details of those?
Sure, all the W's. Thefeelgoodfamily.com.au is our website, and there you can access everything. We also write for a couple of magazines, but you can really get in touch with us through there. Our YouTube channel is The Feel Good Family, and again, that's every Sunday night at 6:30 p.m. And our podcast is called Family Travel Australia, and that's every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. And we just got an email saying that we've been awarded the #1 travel and culture podcast in Australia. We're not sure who voted, but
thank you if you did.
Yes, thank you. We're buzzing about that. So yeah, we love the fact that we're able to create content and share it and hopefully inspire some other people out there. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com.au. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family, and happy trails. Okay, here we are.
Woohoo! You get that done?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Welcome to Adelaide Airport.
Yeah, where are we?
That's awesome! Jasper, look, that's the airport right there.
How's that for a sign?
Here we go.
Can you see our hotel over there?
Oh yeah, that's the hotel. It's right next to the airport. It's easy to get here to the airport.
This is the easiest ever, isn't it?
Yeah, go up the lift, then just turn up to the ramp and then you're sweet.
That's it. Awesome, here we go. Yeah.
At the start
Hey, look, Jasper, that's Mummy up there. That's what she used to do for a living.
She did.
She did. That was what Mummy used to do for a living, I swear.
No, she didn't.